Peace. Yeah, man. MC Sean Love, as they know me in the beat making world, Metal Gear Solid Beats. Yeah, man. I'm back. This is beat tutorial number 5. And as you know, part 1, we went over the basics of the SP-1200. Part 2, I taught y'all how to filter a bass line. Part 3, we worked with live instruments and speeding them up in the machine so that way we could take them into the SP and organize them that way. In part 4, we went digging and we got some 45s and we tried to make something out of nothing. And now we're at beat video number 5, and this is the finale. The finale. Yeah, and the reason for that, man, is because, you know, to be honest with you, it's just there's no police. We need the police. You know what I mean? Hip-hop needs police. When I say police, I don't mean people looking for T.I. and seeing if they've got drugs and stuff like that. I'm talking about the police for white people and foreigners. And here's what I mean, respectfully. Sorry, white people and foreigners. But it's like, you know, I don't have a lot of dough from hip-hop, you know, but I got some dough, and, you know, I've got a lot of records made and stuff like that. I know most of you guys never heard of them before, but do a Google search or something. Look up my Sean Love in the Google search, right? And you're going to see, you know, that I don't have as many records or as much success as like Jay-Z or even MF Doom, but more than you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shut your mouths, yo. What is it? I got foreign people calling me mate. Oh, you're no, what's his name? You're no such and such, mate. Yo, this is all right, mate. Blah 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 blah. But yo, that blows my mind because it's 2013, and I remember back in like 2000 when it was just like they only knew each other in local areas, like in Australia and the UK and Japan, and they were doing hip hop, but they were on some like infancy of the thing, and they would just, dude, they pray to Lord Finesse and stuff over there. I love them. I'm proud of them. I mean, they love Brand Nubian still. Like over in other countries, they still kind of appreciate real hip hop. But when did you guys get the balls to come at somebody from the US and just start talking trash? Because I remember a time when I was into it. I was a supporter of overseas hip-hop, you know? I gave white people a chance that were in the area and listened to it. And then I was a supporter. I always had an open mind. And when everybody else dissed y'all, I was front and center, finding the best MCs and saying, nah, but listen to this. And they were like, I don't care. Listen to their accents. It sucks, right? I mean, I was fighting for you guys, man. When they had the hoses and the dogs on you, I was fighting. And now I got to listen to 20-year-old kids from other countries. Oh, mate, that's not like Pete Rock. You know, come on, dude. Look. I remember when I used to show my homies records that came out in other countries like the UK or Australia back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, especially early 2000s. And they laughed so hard they dropped their cup of coffee and break the coffee table in half, and because of the accents and everything. And I was like, nah, listen to the lyric. I fought, dude. I was on the Aussie and on UK rights movement. Don't come at me with that nonsense. Look me up, son. That being said, my rant is over. This is the last video. This is video number 5, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop one last jewel on you, because I know I get a lot of emails and I get a lot of people that want to see me continue doing these beat videos, work with the MPC, work with the S950 and stuff. But I'm not beat for this, you know. I'm not beat for the flack, and I'm not beat to watch other people just sit by and just let cats bomb on you. I mean, trolls on the internet, because you know, I come from a time where it's like you look somebody in the eye if you've got something to say, you know. It's not something where, and look me up, look at my history. You never see Sean Love on some, oh, well, that sucks, man. I don't do that stuff. That's not how I play. You know, I don't go on the internet and look and see what somebody else did and make a comment anonymously, practically anonymously from across the country or across the world, because that's some punk-ish. You know what I mean? If you got something to say it respectfully. Word up. And you know, I can't force y'all to be a civilized person, but it's my duty. It's my duty to try. You know what I mean? Maybe this isn't the proper medium to share some of my beat making skills or techniques or passion, you know? This is video number 5, the final video, and what we're going to be getting into today is foreign records, right? And you know, this is something you can't just find on YouTube. You know, you can't go look on YouTube and sample it into your machine. You can't get it in a sample pack, all right? So if you've got an argument for sampling, this is the argument to dispel your argument, because, you know, there's records, there's sounds out there that you'll never be able to find in a sample pack, you know, and I'm going to show and prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt today. I just went shopping. I went to the rummage sale and I caught me some foreign records. Some of them are Korean, some of them are Chinese, This is and you know, they had soul music back in the day, and a lot of people don't realize, but there's like this whole infinite, you know, amassing of soul music out there that's not American soul music, you know, and the Asians, man, once again, they do it best, you know. So here we go. I'm gonna show you all what I picked up. I spent $8 on this. All right. Boom. Yeah. Boom. See that? This I already listened to, and this is amazing, man. So I'm gonna show y'all this. We really only got the time for me to show you some of these records, right? Look at her. She's chilling, yo. She knows she made an ill record. Look at her. All right. I don't even know her name because I can't really read this, but I know her face. And every time I see this girl's face, I pick up her record. It's made in Hong Kong, you know? So I got a couple more by her that I want to share with you guys. And I can't even tell you to search it up. I'm thankfully, you know, lest some 19-year-old white kid or kid from across the country who when he thinks of old school, he thinks of like a T.I. song or like a you know, lest they find it, you know. Woo! And she sounds as beautiful as she looks. All right. I just kind of thought this was funny. This is not foreign, but getting to know myself, you know, I picked that baby up. There's actually something funky on here. Woo! All right. And you know, it just goes on forever. I mean, it just goes on forever. These, you know, and these records were all like 25 cents a piece. I got a million of them. I only have time to show you a couple. I'm gonna chop up something real quick. Take one of the samples, chop them up real quick. And I think today I'm in a Peach the President mood. So I want to use those drums. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn the record player on. We're gonna check some of these records out, and then we're gonna chop something up real quick. Man, all right, we're gonna check her out. Now look, there was something on here that I heard when I was checking it out earlier. And we're not going to work with this record today, I don't think, but I do know that there's something on here that I want to show you. Yeah, man, Cuban links, man, that's the missing link right there. Check it. I mean, you wonder how are you going to get all that stuff? I mean, basically what you got to do is you got to jump in there and you got to sample little teeny tiny little pieces that she's not singing over and stitch it together in order to get yourself a loop. Yeah, sometimes you gotta slow them down, speed them up, but they're all fresh. Hear that? Listen to that. Are you kidding me? That's something over here too. Yeah, man. I mean, if there weren't some major obstacles like time and place and circumstances, I would definitely marry this girl. You got to hear this joint. I forever am indebted to her for making this happen. Man, is this something special. Oh it's good, mate, but it's no DJ Muggs. Who, by the way, is using sample packs now. You know what I mean? And tell me. I forget what's on this one. Same gal from earlier before that I love to death. All right, we got. Let's check this out. Yeah, this is the joint I'm gonna use. Time to go in, right? By the way, that's normal. That hissing sound when you go to sample on an SP, that's normal. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take a little other piece from a record I know, and I'm gonna throw in a little Impeach the President and see what we come up with. Now we back to street beats. You know what I'm saying? Street beat records, ultimate breaks and beats. You know, that's the bread and butter. I still rely on it. I can find sounds anywhere, but I just like to have that little old school sound in there. You know, to remind you, you know, what house we're in. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. And so yeah, so we got Impeach the President, which is a classic, Honey Drippers. And you know, the drums have been used a million trillion times. I could go elsewhere and find other drums that you haven't heard before, but I want to put it in a little bit. You know how when your mom, I don't know if your mom's cooked for you and stuff like that, or your dad's cooked for you when you were little, or your grandma cooked for you, but you know how you got that ingredient that just, you know, it just tastes so good, and it brings back when you smell it or when you eat it, it's just like, ooh, that brings me back to a certain time in my life. Well, that's like Impeach the President for me, you know? So, I don't care. F the haters. If you don't like it. Gotta speed it up before I take it. A bunch of different sounds in here that are all from that Hong Kong record. I'm gonna show you what I got, how I'm gonna use some variation for it, and then we're gonna go right into our sequences. So I'm gonna have to sequence those up right nice, you know what I mean, and make it sound good. And then I got, of course, my Impeach the President. And I even threw in a little smash for you. You know that was. You know, it sounds like Just Ice is knocking at your door. You know what I mean? So here's my sequences. Let's get into this. Like I showed y'all every single time before, I'm gonna show you again. I used how many seconds for this? I go to setup. I go to 23, 13, and you'll see that I have 0.3 seconds remaining, so that means I use 9.7 seconds this time. Let's check out these sequences. Yeah, y'all, peace. Beat video number 5, the finale. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you ever got any questions about the SP-1200, the MPC-60, or the S950, feel free to drop me a line and drop me a question. I'll be happy to answer it for y'all. I think it's important that we foster the love for you know, really what got us here, right? And that's the whole spirit behind all of this, because I find that if you don't understand your roots, if you don't understand the beginnings of things, it's really hard to understand where you're at, and it's almost impossible to be able to get a vision for the future, you know what I'm saying? So this is encouraging all the youth, all the people that are coming up in hip-hop now, the people that came up in hip-hop with me or came up in hip-hop before me, you know what I mean, to stay true to this art form, to this music, because when you take away the money, when you take away the success, when you take away the projects, sometimes you're just left with the sheer joy and the passion that you get when it comes to making this, or when it comes to listening to what somebody else created, right? And it's important that we don't lose that, because if we lost that, we lost everything. Peace.